Is that really what you think of me, Austin?
It is. I just...
Oh, no, sorry, we're live.
Oh, whoops.
Hi, guys. Listen, we're having a little bit of a weird thing in the chat. I'm about to make a change. You're all going to have to... Oop. You're all going to have to refresh real quick. Let me make that change right now and pray to God it works. And hit refresh. Refresh. Should be good now. I think it is working. Great opening. Yes, we start off with a problem. That's how it goes. I told you that you would want to turn that off. So, welcome to our August live stream. Where are you?
Meatgistics.
What are you watching?
I don't know.
That's not right. He's watching me sitting there by myself.
I looked at that and for a second, I'm like, Patrick has the camera like zoomed in just on John. And then I'm like, that's not what the set looks like.
Do I even exist? Hold on 1 second. I know what that is. I'll get that changed. Be amusing, Austin.
I don't know how to do that.
No, I'm aware. That's why I asked you to do it.
Try harder.
So,
Be better.
While John's messing around with things, for those of you that follow us closely on Meatgistics, John had a cute little title for a post last week about his great adventure that I got to come along on. But talk about that for just a few minutes here. Today I have my Pheasants Forever hat on. I'm actually surprised that, John, you didn't put yours on. But that's okay. Even though you're wearing the team blue colors, we'll forgive you for that one. But John and I spent last week up in Minneapolis recording some videos with Pheasants Forever. It was a really cool experience. Got to meet some neat people up there. Worked with a chef from Animales.
So like tamales, just animales.
Yeah. And
clever.
Made like 4 different dishes out of pheasant and quail, and it was some really, really good stuff. So hopefully that will be coming out over the next few months here. So keep an eye out. If you follow us or Pheasants Forever, you'll see that stuff coming out in a little bit. But John and I had some fun. The most fun thing we probably did, or at least I did, was I went fishing. I don't know if you call what John did fishing.
That's big words coming from the guy who crossed me up 3 times, dragged his line across mine as a fish was jumping and made me lose it.
No.
What do you mean no? That absolutely happened.
No. I didn't cause you to lose.
So wait. So there's like
you caused me to lose that fish.
No.
You really don't think so?
No, I really don't think so.
Austin, you cast over me as I'm reeling in. My fish is up near your line. It jumps and gets off. That is because you cast over my line.
You're like really sour about
this. I was not joking when I said mad. I couldn't even speak. I just go angry, mad.
So you get one more fish. You
still don't.
Did he break fisherman's etiquette? Is what you're telling us?
But I do have something to say. Watashi wa chisanao onane kodes. So
there we go.
There you go.
That was one of John's punishments.
Satisfies the bet.
What do you guys think he said?
Let's make sure this works.
Put your guesses for what you think John said in Japanese.
All right, we are up correctly on Meatgistics now. Okay, and everything looks the same. Hooray!
I need to get you guys some headphones up there.
Why?
I haven't been able to get a word in edgewise this entire podcast. Live stream. But yeah, good to know. Don't go fishing with Austin or John. I'd rather go fishing with Austin. I had a good time, and it sounds like John just complained a lot, so I don't know.
Not at all. I had a blast.
No, he didn't complain that
I
much.
caught the largest fish.
Oh.
No.
I caught the largest game fish.
I hit the longest home run.
Sorry.
You hear this guy?
The fish I caught was still edible.
Yeah, but it's not a game fish, is it?
Yeah. We didn't.
Dude, I feel like he's thought of these insults in the shower over the weekend. He's like, no, he's not a better fisherman. It's just the line got cut.
Yes, that absolutely did happen. All right. So we are going to do a couple of things today. First, we're going to draw a winner for last month's giveaway. We will also announced, though I'm sure you've already seen, what our giveaway is going to be for this month. It's something pretty cool. We'll talk about sales and giveaways. We'll talk a little bit more about what we did up in Minnesota, because a lot of really cool things happened. For those of you who are on Meatgistics, I'm sure you've seen me talk about it, but it was really good experience, and I definitely think they have a hit on their hands. I don't think they won't use us for all of them, but they got 2 campaigns going. One is called Path to the Uplands. Those are going to be recipes designed around simplicity, trying to get people to make good, easy dishes with their upland birds. The other one is called Bird in a Bag, and that is more advanced. I made a modified version of one of those recipes for my wife last night, and definitely think it was probably her favorite thing I've ever made for her. It made me really want kale. He was cooking the kale, and I got to try a little bit on camera, and then as soon as everything cut, I went to start like cleaning and picking up, and all the other people who were just like standing behind a camera pressing a button, so doing nothing, ate the rest of my kale on me. And I've never been depressed that kale was gone. I usually hate kale, but that was
He's
delicious.
coming after everyone today, dude.
Yeah, firing.
Yeah.
Shots. All right. I'm also looking for, Patrick, do you have Teams up on that computer?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, hold on. Trying to find a picture of...
Actually, never mind. Teams isn't on here.
Okay. I will just post it in the chat. All right, so we're going to do that, and we'll draw a few winners for some jerky, some seasoning, plus we've got a number 8 kitchen grinder back there that has been out of inventoried. So we either have to add it back in inventory, which seems like a pain, or we just let somebody have it.
Yeah, we just give it away.
Take it. Somebody take it. Patrick?
Yes.
Look at chat.
Are they the same now?
No, I'm saying look at chat now. Go to that post and take up the picture of just my fish. Don't show Austin's.
All right, I'll see if I can navigate that.
Seems
gotta-
like it shouldn't be too hard.
Well, I got to click a lot of stuff.
A lot of buttons to click.
I monitor the show on my phone, not on the desktop, so you're asking me to do stuff.
All right, so we're going to draw a winner for this professional knife set. Are you showing your fish?
Desktops.
If you're not gonna,
Of course he'll show your fish. You're the
Okay.
boss. All right, I'm going to draw a winner for this. This is the Victorinox Pro Knife Set. You are going to get a set of some of our favorite Victorinox knives. Obviously, you're going to get the 8-inch Butcher home defense knife. And
I don't think there's any way to show your guys' fish, by the way. So
you can't share your desktop?
no, I have to add a source. It's a whole conversation. So
We've done this in the past, no?
I
not
think
from OBS.
I think he would have already had to have had it set up when
Okay.
he started the live stream.
Yes,
Okay.
maybe. Here, you guys do.
Well,
your thing.
everybody go to that link and look at the glory
Yeah,
that is
just
my
click
bass.
on if you want to look at John's fish. Click the link.
Don't cause more work for Patrick.
You know what? I could figure it out, but I could just stop the whole thing, see if it works, and then we'll get fired back up again. So I'd hate to interrupt the flow we got going.
So great flow. You're gonna get awesome Victorinox knives, 4 wavy steak knives, which for some reason they call it tomato knife.
What?
Do you see that? It says tomato on there.
Oh, because it's not pointy.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
That's weird.
So a steak knife will have like an actual tip to it.
Huh.
That one doesn't. So
Okay. Well, and then this Nairi sharpener, we have not given away many of these. It's a fairly pricey sharpener. It's definitely a lot more expensive than the chef's knives ones we usually include. And the Capuche Freedom Rods stainless steel knife block. So I will draw a winner for that right now. You do not need to be present to win. This is last month's giveaway. Lisa Tremblay, that's odd. I will accept on her behalf. We've got Claremore, Oklahoma, a Jack Jones. Jack Jones, congratulations. You won the... Why is that not show correctly? You won last month's, the July giveaway. All right, for this month, we are kind of doing something that we did slightly once before, but a little bit of a wrinkle to it. So we're going to do another one of the kind of choose your own prize thing. We're going to give you guys a certain number of options, and then the winner gets to choose what they want out of all of those. I brought everything back here to show, but now it feels like kind of a lot of work. And I just don't know if I want to do it.
Well, hold on. While you're in the middle of that, I found your guys' fishes, so maybe I could show
Okay,
those.
yeah, go do that. I'll switch things out.
Okay, perfect. So, here's John's fish. That's like the size of your torso, dude. You kidding me?
Crying. They're so impressed.
Okay, not bad. We'll give it another couple seconds there, and then we'll click back over.
Like,
again.
to be honest, though, it was a very nice fish. It was
on caught in the last cast of the day.
Zoom in on Austin's make.
That
show
is
you how
true.
big it is. Yeah.
but it was still only like half the weight of my fish.
See, I thought he drastically underestimated both your and my weight of your fish. What did he say yours?
Yeah.
You thought yours was like 6?
Yeah, he said mine was probably like 6 pounds.
Yours was probably like 15?
No,
It was
no.
At least like 8 or 9.
I mean, one would think it was probably more than 6, but also
Yeah, let's
at the same
cover up
time,
Austin's face.
I'm not the. That's fine. I just need my voice.
The silky smooth sounds of Austin Walton.
Wait,
Yeah.
Just look at me.
All right, you can come back to me.
We all know why everyone's here.
Ooh.
All right. back on
So
you.
we are going to give you 3 options. Option 1 is $500 in Walton's Inc. gift cards. So you can take that, buy any equipment, seasoning, spices, supplies, anything you need
Lots
from
of
Walton's
Team Orange
Inc.
hats.
You could just stock out on Team Blue hats. Yes, you could. Or you can win this 11-pound sausage stuffer and 50-pound meat mixer. So these two are a package together. And the last option is the 32 grinder. So from just a strictly dollars perspective, the 32 grinder is the most expensive of them. This is right around $500, and obviously $500 is $500. Though, who knows? In a couple of weeks, $500 might not be worth quite what it was with the way everything's going.
You never know.
But yeah, so this is going to be August's giveaway. You go to waltonsinc.com/win for your chances to enter. That will be open and up all month long. And then during September's live stream, which we'll do whatever the first working day of September is, we will draw a winner for that. Do not need to be present at the live stream to win the monthly giveaways. That's just the only ones you have to be present for, are like the extra stuff we give away on these live streams. So, all right, now I'm going to put all this back. That really was a lot of effort for a very
At
little
least
bit of
just
work.
get the one out of Austin's face. You could probably leave the other 2.
Snap, snap, John.
the heaviest one, too.
I mean, that's the one that you got. It's got to be the heaviest. Look at that price tag. Gosh. He might have hurt himself.
I think I tore something.
If that were me, I would have got severely injured.
Oh. What is the... I got to pull up my calendar here now.
What is what?
Thinking of next month's live stream. Yeah. So next month's live stream is going to be difficult to do on the 1st because that is opening Dove Day.
You made that mistake last year.
Yeah. Then the 2nd is going to be difficult, at least for me, because I'm going to be in the good old land of Texas, which actually isn't quite so good anymore because I hate the University of Texas. They're a bunch of
Because it
Jack
hurts
wagons.
Kansas State. I like it because it's chaos.
Okay, so remember our 70-30 rule? I'm going to get into that 30% real fast.
Okay.
I want to burn it all down.
But though 70-30 only like that's the podcast and the weekly live streams,
Sure.
which I have a different idea on, by the way. What if we did, remember the one time we opened up phone calls?
Yeah.
What if we did that on the Meatgistics weekly live stream so I could actually answer people's questions?
That would be really cool.
What if instead of live, they give us their questions beforehand,
Pre-recorded, yeah.
or pre-record, or I could just doctor them up a
So
graphic.
send
and
them
put their-
into like a voicemail box?
Well, so that way
Basically,
we
yeah.
we don't have to do all these jump through hoops to get audio to work. We
That's
can just
not a bad
get
idea
their
either.
question across,
Okay.
put it at the bottom.
I think I like that idea
maybe
the
put
best.
their @Meatgistics username or something.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's
cool.
probably the better idea.
You guys can email those questions to podcast@Waltons Inc.
That way I can ignore the really hard ones and just pick the softballs. Just go, oh, that's protein extraction.
The first
You
time
need
we
more of
ever
that.
the first time we ever did that though, if you remember, we put like the microphone next to 2 old IBM computer speakers so
Yep.
it could go loud so everyone could hear it and we could hear it. It
Yep.
was just like
And
It
I thought,
worked,
because
but
at the
not
very end, we had people calling in Team Blue, Team Orange.
yeah.
And I thought people were hanging up. It turns out Patrick was just, as soon as they said something, next one, next one, next
Yeah.
one. It was good. That's how it should have been
we
done.
did
I
get
just-
a lot of calls actually now that I'm thinking about it. But
I feel like that's how they kind of do it on like talk shows and stuff. Like you don't get to choose when you hang up. It's just you say your piece
yes,
and click
exactly.
because you got to get
Depen- yeah,
going
yeah.
in the program.
Yeah,
you
for
got to
sure.
keep it moving.
For
Yeah.
sure.
That
Okay.
that radio lag.
So I guess backing up one step and then I'll back up two. But backing up one, yeah, the whole thing with college sports right now is crazy. But I'm a huge K-State fan, so backing up 2 steps, I will be at the Texas, down in Texas, not playing Texas, but at the Stanford game down in Texas. I leave the 2nd, so
Okay.
you'll either be on your own or unless we find some.
You won't
crazy
be back
way
till the next week, right?
Yeah, I won't be back till Monday.
Yeah, we'll probably either just go with Patrick and I or something. But we won't do the first because we did that last year and that was a mistake. So we'll probably do it the 2nd. And yeah, I'll just have Patrick up here and John behind the camera running things. All right. Let me look at everybody refreshed. Oh, but that means we lost all of the chats from before, huh?
They were all pretty much just like, hey,
Okay.
how's it going?
So nothing huge.
Yeah.
Yes, Janie says, I see your big, beautiful knife in the background. Let's just talk about that briefly.
Oh yeah, got to bring that up.
These guys gave this knife to John, and like we told him that we would basically do some promotion for him. I'm pretty sure they're going to get the better end of this deal because John is going to show this off every chance he gets.
I just love it so much. I actually went to bed last night thinking about it and how I hadn't gotten to spend much time with it recently because we were on vacation. I didn't bring it with me. But it's back now. This is the Dow Strong Obliterator. It's part of their Gladiator series, which makes sense. It's 3 pounds, 1 ounce. For reference, my little wooden knife back there, the 8-inch chef's knives that I have Jonathan printed on, weighs 6 ounces. So this weighs 3 pounds, 1 ounce. It is just awesome. We were cutting through all sorts of rib bones with it. I will do some more heavier bones, see what it will go through. The only thing that I wish it had was this front edge is not sharp. If that front edge was sharp, I don't know why you would do that, but it feels like it should be. You even get this beautiful stand for it. I'm going to end up using that. Already have ended up using it way more than like what you would normally use a cleaver for. Just because, in my opinion, like having nice knives, having sharp knives, those two things really motivate me to cook. Like if I have a toy that I want to play with, and I know a knife isn't a toy technically, but it makes me want to do more in the kitchen, more processing, just because it's more fun. It's very satisfying to either chop through something. It's extremely satisfying to do that, but even just like a really nice, sharp boning knife sliding right through.
Are we gonna sell these?
I don't know. Not right now, no.
Well, Chef
But
Raoul was interested, so
eventually. But yeah, no, I love this thing. I may eventually get this sent to say Jonathan on it.
So where's it all sharp at? Just on the main.
Just this main blade, yeah.
the only place where a knife actually truly should be sharpened at.
Yeah, I think if you sharpen another edge, it technically has to be a sword. So, yeah. And then you've got this little poking thing case you need to get through a skull or something like that.
Got a question about what's the huge grinder plate on the shelf for?
So that's a Weiler plate. That is just for a really big commercial grinder. We happen to have it back in the shop. It'd been back there for a long time. I think it looks awesome, so we grabbed it.
We got Don saying, SEC, go Dogs.
Mississippi?
What?
I don't pay much attention. Georgia.
Bulldogs?
Jeez. But Mississippi's the Bulldogs, too.
Somebody clip that. You listen. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Good save.
Jeez. God.
So if anybody does want one of these, what are they looking up?
Dalstrong, Dalstrong, Obliterator. Obliterator. But it's their Gladiator series. I mean, you can't miss it. But even just as far as like packaging, it came in an awesome box. Their marketing team is really on for sure. And then now they have a new series of like all black blades. They look really cool. So.
Does it come with a stand, or
Yes.
did you get
Nope.
that?
Stand.
Okay.
Stand comes with it.
That's cool.
Which is awesome. Yeah, for sure. Speaking of really large knives that I don't really need, Austin, do you need that 10-inch chef's knife?
No.
Yeah, it's in the way. I'm constantly having to like juggle things. Do you know anybody here who needs it?
Nope.
Okay. So, what we're going to do is we will draw a winner from the viewers for this, but on the understanding that that winner 1 year from today has to come to Walton's and battle me with my obliterator. They get the Michael Myers knife. I get the obliterator.
Nice.
Contractually obligated, though. This is no... Is your back hurting again?
Oh, not hurting, but it just gets tight. I gotta pop it. I don't know if you could hear that at all, but it went snap, snap, snap,
Oh,
snap,
it
snap.
feels so good when you just like...
Oh
do
my
that.
gosh, yeah.
That's awesome.
My back and neck aren't loose enough for me to do that yet, but my neck is getting there. But I finally went to the chiropractor this morning after almost a month of not being able to go. It was glorious.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. All right, but I'm going to draw a winner for this. You have to be here for it. Whoops. There we go.
Nick Hall, I don't know where your jerky's at.
Do we owe him some?
Maybe. He said he emailed probably podcast.
Okay.
We
We'll take a look at that.
we got a new, the new guy's doing that, so I think he might just be 1 or 2 behind.
Why don't I know how to do this?
How much would you let the number 8 grinder cool off before running it again?
I mean...
I guess
Are we talking
how
about
much would you say you run through the
Gotcha.
number 8 grinder?
well, if we're talking about the kitchen grinder, I wouldn't do more than like 10 pounds through that at a time. If we're talking about the processing grinder, I mean, depends. I assume we're talking second grind through a 1/8 plate just to give it like the worst. You should be fine on like 20-ish pounds.
Yeah.
I would imagine. But I mean, you want your meat to be super cold. With those little number 8 grinders, it's such a small, narrow throat there that for a second grind, I mean, it's going to take a while for that meat to travel down, be pushed down there by the auger. Because remember, it's going to be trying to fight back over that auger. So yeah.
Yeah, so
I
it's
would
not
say
like
15 to 20. But I mean, everything's different. You always got to play it by ear. I mean, there are times where I grind to make summer sausage or snack sticks, and it goes faster than if I was doing a double grind for bratwurst, which is a much larger plate. A lot of different things come into play there. The best advice is always keep everything super cold. Like, put your meat in the freezer before you do your first grind. If you have time, put your meat back in the freezer between grinds. Even 5 to 10 minutes in the freezer after it's already ground up, when it's already broken down, all that surface area is exposed, it's going to help so much. Not only in the speed of your grind, but the quality of your product. It's going to bind better. Just everything will be better.
Yeah. I mean, throwing just a quick comment in there, I wouldn't even put like a pound limitation on what you could run through the grinder. I would say
Fair.
it's more of a time deal.
Yeah,
You only want to
exactly.
do what you can get done in a reasonable amount of time, because
Meat's
keeping the
gonna
meat
overheat,
cold
yep.
is the most important thing. So
All right, drawing a winner for this knife.
Dun.
And seeing who I'm fighting to the death in a year from today.
Like, we need some sound effects right here.
Patrick, my wife watched, oh God, what's his name? Against the World. I can't believe I can't think of this now. All right. Ronald Fensky. Ronald, let us know you're here. We'll get your information, email you, and send you this knife.
Is it a show you're thinking of?
Yeah, it's a Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Michael Cera?
Yeah, she actually liked it.
Oh, you're actually saying that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were trying to like jog my memory for
Nope.
another show that he's. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I love that. Love that movie.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I was surprised she like got the humor.
Edgar Wright, one of the best directors.
So
in the
Ronald,
last 20 years.
I'm way behind on chat. Ugh. Watching chat, looking for Ronald.
I wish there was like a sound Ronald gun. He's a bam.
Now, what can we do? We can add. See what it says? Like when I go, Ronald Finsky. When I go to the chat and hit @ it doesn't show up.
Yeah, your username is if it's different from your email.
Okay.
we've got to figure out a way to get the live chat onto Meatgistics. I know we started and we were trying.
Yeah.
Because it would make all of this so much easier. When we're doing giveaways, we just tell people, hey, you got to register for a free account. So we have their contact info. We have their email address.
Yeah, but we'd still make them be there, so that wouldn't solve this.
Yeah, but it'd be easier for us to go, hey, is somebody there or are they
It
not?
would, it would make going through things way easier.
Mm-hmm.
Way easier.
Oh, there we go. Patricia Fensky.
There you go. Sounds good. Congratulations, Ronald. I hope you're a 85-year-old. I don't know. I hope that in a year you'll be easy to defeat. So. All right, I'm going to put that away before I get distracted.
So do we have an agenda for the rest of the time?
Not really.
Okay. Do you want to talk about up north?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we worked with John Whipfley. He was a classically trained French chef who opened a barbecue spot called Animales. He also wrote a venison cookbook called, and this is awesome, From Slay to Gourmet. I mean, just his marketing was absolutely on point. That
Nice rhyme.
Yeah, right? Just really, really good. And I blew it just one time on a read-in. I said from gourmet to something. Anyways, I learned more about wild game cooking, maybe even just regular cooking, in 1 8-hour day with him than I have in like a really long time. We talked about, I told him to be careful with the butter garlic rub because you can over season, especially poultry, with that. And he's like, yep, that's a good note. He goes, but doesn't matter here because we're going to use acidity from a lemon and cream from heavy cream. And he goes, and both of those are going to cut that taste. So like right from that, I'm like, all right, we're in really good hands. He knows what he's talking about. So what I tried to do is just act as the audience. Like I tried to ask questions that I figured novice chefs, because I mean, sausage making I'm very good at. Chef, I am a novice. Like I'm not some amazing chef, fairly good. But so out of everything we did, I think that dish, and I don't know what they're going to call it, but it's a butter garlic pheasant on top of a creamed kale or something. And oh my God, it was so good.
That was my favorite anyways.
Yeah.
But
So I'm sitting there and I'm recording all these. Austin's in the background, and all of a sudden I look around. I'm like, well, where's Austin? And go searching throughout the house, and I find him asleep down on the couch. tried to wake him up, make him come back up there. He's like, no, don't bother me. I'm sleeping. No, I'm just kidding. His back was hurting, so we'll allow him that. But we also did a pheasant and quail meatball that we went ahead and glazed with the habanero mango jam from Terrapin Ridge Farms. That was ridiculously good. And we used, I think, the smokehouse barbecue on the actual quail and pheasant. Then, God, what were the other ones that we did? My mind has just gone absolutely blank outside of those two.
Nashville hot.
Nashville hot. So he did a Nashville hot seasoned quail. He didn't want to call it Nashville hot because it wasn't deep fried.
Yeah.
But one of the awesome things that he kept doing, and I'd never seen anyone do this before. If I have, I'd forgotten. Like if he had too much oil in the pan, he just had a little bowl next to it. He'd pour it right out. He's like, you don't want too much oil in it. It'll make anything that's in there soggy. So he was just like doing all this stuff on the fly. He was tilting his pan slightly and just basting things like to finish cooks. Oh, the half pheasant was the other one. That last one with cooked carrots. I hate cooked vegetables. I like raw vegetables like a lot. I eat a lot of raw vegetables, but I hate cooked vegetables. His carrots and his kale were unbelievably good. Now, on one of those, he added like a quarter stick of butter to like 12 carrots. So that wasn't hard to imagine why it tasted good. And with the kale, I mean, you add cream, salt, garlic, onions, and I think he may even add more of that pheasant stock. It's going to taste good. That was another good tip from him. As he was cutting things up, nothing got thrown out. Literally any part of the bird we weren't using, he had a stock going on the pot. So he just we kept adding anything we cut off, any trimmings, any bones went straight into the pot so that we were still using it, which is really nice to see. I know everybody wants to use as much of their harvest as possible, but
Yeah. I thought that was neat, although I don't know if I would do it as much. I'm not a big like stock or soup person. Like some people will take like any leftover scrap or bone from like anything and turn it into like a soup or a stock of some sort, and that's just not my wheelhouse. Still cool idea.
Yeah, growing up, my grandma always made like chicken soup, like authentic. Like she'd start with water and put a chicken carcass in there, and then we'd end up with this amazing chicken soup. So I used to do that for my tortellini soup. Like I'd make it from scratch. But then I was like, wait a minute, okay, it's really good, but I can just go buy this at the store, and it's like 90% as good. So
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? And then the last one is gonna be a surprise because I cannot remember what it was. So we'll pretend. No, we got all four. We got all four.
That's all
yeah,
four.
that's all four.
Yeah.
The worst part of it was, so how we were shooting was we were at an island, smaller than this, but at an island, and in the back.
Like a third of this.
Yeah, it's very small. Well, compared to this. In the back was a double range wolf, like commercial, unbelievably gorgeous with griddles in the middle, like really, really nice range. So we would do the prep work and talking up here, and then we'd break down the cameras, come back here, and it got so hot. We were shooting in a house that had been built in 1900, so like central air, not a thing.
Yeah.
Not a thing. And at one point towards the end, my face is just like running with sweat as we're standing in front of it cooking. I look down, the griddle in the middle, which nothing's on it, and I'm standing right above it, is on 380 something degrees. So I was like, oh no, turn that right off.
The only thing that was used for was the first recipe,
And it had just been on the entire time.
The whole time. It was for the lemons.
The lemons.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was actually a really cool thing that I'd never heard of before. And I did it last night. He would cut his lemons in half and place them on a griddle, basically to the point where they would like, it would start to, is it caramelizing? I mean, it's turning so it's like a Maillard reaction, really. But the really great thing about it is when you picked it up, as soon as you started squeezing it, it just juiced like crazy.
Yeah.
So that was really, really a nice little tip. Plus, it just looks dramatic. It sounds like up there, that's more of a thing, grilling lemons. I'd never heard of it.
The only time I've ever seen it. I've never actually done it myself, but seen it is like at like a seafood restaurant.
Okay.
I've had it like maybe once or twice that way, but other than that, never done it. Don't normally see it around here. The only other weird, and for some reason this connects in my brain, but the only other weird grilled thing like that that I've seen and I like is tomatoes. Have you ever done that with tomatoes? Cut tomatoes in half and basically do a similar type of deal. It kind of turns it into mush, but it's the most delicious mush that you'll ever eat. A grilled tomato like that is amazing.
So, is it a slice or a half?
A half.
A half.
Yeah.
And then what do you like? Spoon it out, or you just eat it?
Just pick it up and eat it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's really good though.
Yeah, never heard of that. I mean, fried green tomatoes, but that's obviously a totally different thing. One thing, we'll probably be out before this, but we do have a hard out today at 5 p.m. because they are doing a deployment. So things will get shut down if we don't get out on time. One of the nice things that we're getting in this deployment is the top banner of waltonsinc.com. When you click on it to expand all the options, all the subcategories will now be collapsed. So it's not like supplies was the biggest problem, where you just, if you were looking for something at the bottom of supplies, I can't tell you how many times I scrolled all the way down and missed it, and the thing went away. Yeah. So I had to do it again. I think the worst I got was 3 attempts at trying to get to Walton's gear. I'm pretty sure that's the bottom one on that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely a total nightmare. All right. So we got Ronald Finsky. Let's draw a winner for some jerky. No, let's keep this simple. We're gonna draw a winner for that little number 8 grinder back there. So the first 2 things will be the knife and the grinder. Everything else is gonna be jerky and seasoning. Milo M. Burke.
So while John's running around, I'll throw another plug out there. When we were up in Minnesota, the guys we were working with for the actual video side of things were from Ron Scherer Productions. They're tight with Pheasants Forever. And so those guys are always fun to be around and work with. But if you guys like outdoor shows, make sure you check out some of the shows that Ron Scherer produces. They do stuff like Minnesota Bound, Do North Outdoors, The Flush, Destination Polaris, Rooster Tales, and Made for the Outdoors. We advertise and sponsor a number of those shows, but they're all really interesting and fun to watch.
All right, so this is the number 8 grinder that Milo Burke has won. We will look for his name in the comments. Just let us know you're here. And one of the hosts of The Flush and a couple of the other shows is this guy, Travis Frank. We've had him on the podcast in the past. He's who took Austin and I out fishing. And when I say, I mean, creepy is the wrong word, but it was weird how well he knew that lake. Like,
oh, he's been fishing it for his whole life.
I've got spots back in New York that I had fished my whole life. I didn't know how long the weed beds were or exactly where they ended. Like, he knew everything about. He would talk about, well, this one's got 2 mature muskies that stay on it in the middle of the day. In the evening, they'll go out a little bit and feed, but they're here most of the, I'm like,
yeah.
That's fascinating.
It was awesome. I mean, it was, when I say weird, I don't mean in any negative way. It was amazing to listen to. And I learned I learned a lot about fishing that day, though. One, that it's all luck, because that's the only way you could have beaten me.
No. So, I mean, even though he's the TV host for like 3 or 4 of their shows and producer, I mean, he still spends a lot of his time guiding. So not only all the time through his childhood growing up, and then when he started guiding, that was like his first job. And then now he still guides like at least 2 or 3 nights a week.
Yep.
So if he's on the water 4 or 5 hours a day, 2 or 3 times a week. I mean, You better know. You better know every
I mean, you
little
better-
detail about the lake.
I don't. Yeah, I guess so. Like I would be more like, yeah, there's a weed bed out here somewhere. Like you just cast out that way. He got us to where he wanted the boat, hit his trolling motor to tell us to stay right there, and he said, "You're gonna want to cast out about 30 yards." It was as it sinks down, and he goes, "You're just gonna whoop just like that." Like 5 seconds into his first cast. And he had this forward-looking radar thing. I was talking about it with some people in Meatgistics. You could actually see, first you could see the weeds on the bottom, and then you could see the fish come up at your lure, and you could see your lure come through. And he even said, he's like, this is going to change everything. He's like, there is literally no more guesswork at all anymore. And then as we were driving, he was explaining to us, because I've seen, fish finders and stuff, but I never really, it looked mostly like noise to me. He's really doing a good job of explaining like what you're seeing. He's like, yep, these are fish. That's sandy bottom. That's muddy bottom. That was awesome.
It was really
It was
cool.
absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
So
Milo's here, so we're good on that one.
Cool. All right.
I drew another winner
Okay.
because someone else was calling me out on
Oh,
giving away a leather
God.
apron. So we're giving away a leather
this
apron.
is going to turn out to be a big
Royer,
giveaway.
Royersford, Pennsylvania. Christian Kengor. If you are here,
a
let
good
us
name.
know, and you will get a leather apron.
Kangor.
Did you guys got Milo's here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So we've got Fensky, Milo, and Kangor. Kangor the Conqueror. That better have been his. Like if I was a kid growing up, I would have made everyone call me that. It's an excellent name.
I'd like to plug really quick because we were kind of out last week, but we did a bunch of awesome, cool podcasts down at Ample. We were down there.
Yep.
So yeah, we did new up and comers, people that usually win, and then we got to talk to Strix from Strix Meets 101. So yeah, just a little touching on stuff there. So you guys check them out on Spotify, YouTube, wherever you want to check out podcasts.
Yep. And for people who, for some reason, I guess we don't do a good enough job explaining this. Some people think the podcast is only available on YouTube. We release just podcasts, so you can go to, like he was saying, Spotify, Google Podcast, wherever, and listen to it there. We've started to, again, kind of change what we're doing with podcasts. Austin was alluding to the 70-30 earlier. We were listening to some of them, and we're like, hey, we're talking about meat processing probably like 30% of the time, and then everything else 70. So we're going to try and flip that back around. How we're going to do some of that at least, or at least food or hunting 70% of the time. One of our upcoming guests is this guy, Pat, from Shaken or Stirred Bartending. So we're going to be talking to him about pairing different types of sausage, different types of meat with different drinks. I think he's also going to walk me through like a tasting a flight of bourbon, because he and I were talking about the bottle of Old Forester, Rabbit Hole, and Elijah Craig I won. And I was saying how I really prefer the Elijah Craig over anything else, and how much more I like it than like a cheap whiskey or something. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll start you off with this. And then he named like 3 others that I don't remember. He's like, I'll explain to you what the tastes are, why you're tasting it that way. So I thought that was super exciting. We're going to try and get that done before, on August 14th, we've got a really big event here. It's the Walton Steak Cook-Off Championship?
No.
Walton
Just
Steak
Walton
Cook-Off.
Steak Cook-Off.
Okay. So 75 teams are coming for, it's an SCA, Steak Cook-Off Association event. They're going to see who cooks the best steak out of all of them. We're also going to have Outdoor Mentors is going to be here. Backcountry Hunters and Anglers of Kansas is going to be here. Range 54 is going to be here. Archery, Diamond Archery.
I got a
Diamond Archery.
video. I got a video we just post in the
Yeah, go ahead.
comments.
Patrick will post a link to like a promo video.
Yeah. Pheasants Forever and Ducks
Pheasants
Unlimited will
Forever.
be here as well. Yeah, it's all the conservation groups are doing like raffles and stuff.
Yep. I better win a gun.
Diamond
I'd
Archery
be so upset if I don't win a
is
gun.
doing like a 3D target shoot thing. There's like 2 food trucks that are going to be here.
Yep.
2 separate like
The Flying
drink
Stove
stations.
and the Underdog
Yeah.
are the two separate. Shaken or Stirred. Wichita Brewing Company.
Well, no, 3.
Oh,
So
God.
2 separate stations from shaken or stirred.
Oh, he's gonna have 2 places.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then I think, I don't know this for sure, but he was working on a second mobile setup thing, like a separate truck. Because his one truck is awesome. I love that thing.
Yeah, it's
really
cool.
So he was working on a second one. I think he has it done. If it's done, he was going to bring it. If he doesn't, it'll just be like a mobile thing, just not a truck.
Okay.
Then inside, make people come inside the store.
Draw them in.
Yeah, we're at least trying to make sure people have to walk by a product that they'd have to buy.
Real
But
quick,
for beer samples at WBC.
And before we go too far down that road, all ticket proceeds are being donated to the Wichita Air Capital Flyers. They are a Special Olympics group.
Yeah. So we charge $10 for the event, but every single penny out of that $10 goes straight to Special Olympics. So basically, we put it all on, and we front the cost for everything. And all the money raised goes to Special Olympics. So this is, I mean, on one hand, it is designed to get people here and thinking about Waltons, but the overarching purpose is to get as many people here to get $10 out of everyone to donate to Special Olympics. So
it's just fascinating watching those guys cook up some steaks, though, too. I've been really digging the controversies between on Meatgistics, how people are going, oh, he's throwing away the best part of the steak and stuff like that. But in that competition, it's almost like you have to have those controls to let other awesome parts of the cook stand out.
Right. And we've said it numerous times. A competition steak is not necessarily the steak you'd want to eat every night for dinner. It is a very specific
showing that you
thing.
can hit the sears, hit that beautiful pink. You're actually going for a medium cook, so it's like already right there. It's like, who would want that? But yeah, and then I don't know, just interesting to see like what they actually look for and judge harshly and correctly most of the time. I mean, but I would love to see like the Final Four or something like that, so you could see comparably. So kind of like when we were at AMP, like what won and then what got kind of close and what was awful. So
yeah.
Sorry, I'm still looking for Chris Kangor, and I don't see him.
Leo Hanson's here. I need a casing that is breathable. I was leaning towards a fibrous casing, but I'm unsure if they are the best option. Recipe used a cellulose.
Yeah, Nick, it just depends on what you're making. I mean, every type of casing that we sell, except something that's like truly a plastic casing, is going to have some sort of breathability to it. Collagen, fibrous, all of those are going to allow airflow and smoke and moisture to pass back and forth, some at different levels, probably even more so than what a cellulose is going to be.
Yeah. Cellulose is going to be tougher to get through than...
The cellulose will still let some, but not as much. But
not
then
as much.
You could get to like a plastic casing, like a Braunschweiger casing,
which is,
and that's not going to allow much of anything.
Yeah.
through.
So I would say if you're really looking for something that's breathable, fibrous is probably your best option. You could also have some good success with the inedible collagen casings. But
yeah, he's making a hard salami, so inedible collagen.
Inedible collagen is probably your best bet. The only thing that's a downside to that is with the inedible collagen, there's something called the rule of 15s. So you need to soak your casings in water that's 15 degrees Celsius, so whatever that 70 something, I think. It's not terribly hot. That's 15% water or
Salt.
a water solution.
Water
is
that's only
15%
15%.
water.
The rest is steam. 15% salt for 15 minutes. So that can get a little dicey to really nail. If you don't get your salt quite right, it can have some negative effects. So I've made salami plenty of times with fibrous before, and it's good, but you probably have your best results if you can get that 15s just right and use inedible collagen. I definitely wouldn't use cellulose for that. I don't even think we sell the cellulose. That'd be big enough.
Is pre-stuck only for like summer sausage and stuff like that?
So pre-stuck is on fibrous casings. It provides a few different things. It bleeds out some of the pressure from the cook as meat obviously is cooking and water's escaping, things are expanding. It bleeds off some of that. But what it really does is it helps the casing suck down tighter to the sausage.
Somebody while back asked if we give tours. If you send John or I a message or email, or email us at podcast@waltonsinc.com, and you're coming through this area and you want a tour, we will try. I can't guarantee that we can for everybody all the time, but if we have time and we're available, we will try to do that for people.
Yep. I've got a Meatgistics guy coming through who contacted me through Meatgistics and was like, hey, I'm going to be here. I would like to see it. So I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'll show you. And then we started talking more. And he's on a part of some committee that does historical construction equipment. Like they make sure that it's preserved and shown off. And I find that stuff super interesting. So I'm having him on the podcast because I want to know more about it.
That's cool.
But he had no idea about Brutus. The huge,
Oh,
at one
really?
point, it was the biggest machine in the world. It's in southeast Kansas. And it's not what I named my dog after. I didn't know about it till after that. But so he's going to check that out and then come up here. I'll give him the tour. And Process Head was up here not too long ago. Oh, wait a minute. I've got something I want to maybe show off.
And somebody else was asking about our location in Omaha. Our location in Omaha is not a distribution center or a retail store. All the location in Omaha is a customer service center and a service center. So there's not anything we do out of the Omaha location as far as events or tours, anything like that. What we do up there is very limited.
Yeah.
So
I'll be right back. I'm going to grab something and show it off.
Okay. So you're a way better fisherman than John, right?
I don't know. Some of it technically is luck. Some of it's just cast placement and how
You're being modest now.
like what we were doing is just we're jigging is
Yeah.
all it is, and it's just
Going
how
for it.
you're jigging, how far. I mean, if you try to jig and you yank it like 30 feet, that's not going to work.
Well, I did have a
We're
question.
talking about your fishing skills. We got back on that.
we come back to it though, but I did kind of want to put a pin in this and like ask, because we did talk about fishing a good amount. Like, does the technology like that is currently on the boat, does that like kill it for you a little bit as far as like the sport of it? No,
Oh, no.
You guys
Not
enjoy
at all.
that?
I've said it, like I've fished my entire life. Even as a kid, I was obsessed with it. Nobody in my family liked fishing. So like I begged people to take me. Anyways, I would be just as happy. Actually, I'd be way more happy if the body of water I was looking at, everything drained out of it real quick and I could just see them all.
If only
and then I
water-
could go right back. It's not like the act of catching them. I do really like fighting a fish. Like it's a good feeling, but seeing what's down there is what it's all about. for
God,
me.
I wish water was clear, you know?
Mine isn't, Patrick. My pond's very dirty and stained. So I've got process heads and
Oh, these are cool.
LKR Fletcher's boards all ready to go. They just need to complete the post count required to get them. I'm not sending them out early.
You got them before they
So
got
I
there.
had two people who qualified this month, and I sent a message to Michael, our guy who does this all for us. I was like, I feel bad. I don't want you to have to do this for just two. And I was like, well, send me the next few, and then you'll just have them. I'm like, oh, that's a really good idea. So Process Head and LKR Fletcher, get to posting, and I'll get these sent out to you.
Are they close at least?
Yes. No, I just picked two random people who are super
Good
far
to
away.
go.
We should just start making cutting boards for like anyone that signs up, and then just be like, hey, you gotta
gotta
post
get- yeah.
500 times. Come on,
Good luck.
It's right there. It's waiting for
Good
you.
luck.
Well, that'd be funny. Just do a fake mock-up of it. And just be like, put their burned name on there.
But one thing that does keep coming up, and I kind of offered this to your father, but he didn't bite on it. For your September 2nd thing, what we should do is make up a whole bunch of the Rangoons up here and just have you bring them and deep fry them down there. Because he said he'll have like some oil thing. I'm not kidding. It was like, Patrick, am I wrong in thinking how good those were?
No, they were really. I mean, not only that good, but like unique enough in the way that's like perfect for up our alley to like what to do with pheasant. And we have the Terrapin Ridge Farm stuff, and then it's super simple. And your dad loves deep frying stuff, so it's like a match made in Meatgistics heaven. So
Who doesn't love deep frying stuff?
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing that's better not fried.
If anybody doesn't like it, something's wrong with them.
Yeah.
But in like my case, like I was a fat kid. I'm a fat kid again now. But
No, you're not fat.
I was, yeah.
You're a
For
little
life,
overweight.
brother.
I was a fat kid growing up. Like on like Friday nights, like we would always do like something like family related. We would like make nachos, do like a big thing of Chinese food, or what we all loved to do most often was like a fry night. Get out the deep fryer and you just fry anything and everything. And so that was
that the basis behind the Fridays we used to do here? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. All right. I don't see that Chris Kangor guy,
yeah, I don't either.
which is disappointing.
No leather apron for you.
I guess I'll just take it. I could use another one. But the house we stayed in, guys, was built in the 1900s. It was the original Pillsbury.
Best DJ in Wichita.
Like, I asked Austin on the way up, I'm like, why is Minneapolis a city? Like, what created it? And he's like, I think flour, mostly.
The best
Thought
DJ in
that
Wichita.
sounded ridiculous.
Top
But when we talked to
DJ
people, we were like,
Carbon.
yeah, it's like milling flour.
Steak cook-off.
It's crazy.
That's what they sound like up there.
All right, so wait, hold on a second. Before you can draw another winner, but I've got a story that I don't know how you're going to react to this.
Is it me?
Okay.
Is it me?
Probably
processing
with
that?
disappointment and
Do you want me to announce a winner first?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So our winner, if you respond, we'll give you 5 minutes, is Richard DeLucente. So I probably butchered up your
Patrick
last
said it
name, but
much smoother. It
I
sounded.
will put it in the chat here.
All right, so for a quick backstory to what I'm about to say, while we're in the car, we drove up, and then I flew back. As we're driving up, we stop at the first rest stop, and Austin hands me a key fob for the car. He's like, this is the secret to a good trip, 2 key fobs. I'm like, all right, awesome. So I could just, we didn't have to wait for each other. So we go do the first one, do the second one, and then we get there, and I'm like, I have no idea where the key fob is. Like, literally no idea. And it was after we had unpacked in the room. So the next morning, I took my room apart, went everywhere through the house looking for where I dropped this key fob. Because Austin told me, he's like, the car can't lock if it's in there. So I know it's not in the car. So as we're getting ready, or the last day, I'm looking through things. No, that's not how it happened. Sorry. We get to the hotel the night after we went fishing, and I lose my headphones. It's this little case right here. No idea where it was. I knew I had it when we went to pick up your wife at the airport, and we were like throwing things around, moving stuff. So I go get the key from him to go down here and look for these. Go down, find the other key fob. It was jammed all the way up underneath some like compartment.
Was it in the truck then?
Oh yeah, it was in the truck.
Huh.
Yeah, but couldn't find these. So go back down to drop some stuff off so I can fly home simpler. And I see all this stuff like pushed way in the back of the truck. And I'm like, I don't want to make Austin deal with that. So I climb in there and I pull a bunch of stuff out to put in his Ram box. And my reasoning behind that was not necessarily being nice to you. It was more like he's going to have the baby, Jenny. They're going to be moving. I'm like, it's just simpler for me to do it. And I find my headphones back there. So I found the keys, found the headphones, take a shuttle to the airport, get out, start walking to the ticket desk, and reach to text my wife, like, hey, I'm at the airport, and don't have my phone.
Are you serious?
So I freak out, run over to a Delta agent, tell him, hey, I was staying at the Radisson Blue. This guy just dropped me off. I was the only person in there. Can you call them? And she's like, yeah, what's your number? And I'm like, I know my number, but it's, not going to do, like, they can't call it. So they try to get in touch with the driver, can't get in touch with him, but they're like, he's going to be back here at 11:40 or something. So I'm sitting there waiting, nervous. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to have to leave without it. I'm not going to miss a flight for it. But then, I had to call my wife when I arrived to have her come pick me up. I'm like, I've just created an entire mess. So he gets there and gives it to me. I got his, he uses some weird app, but I'm going to give him a tip for that, obviously. But I couldn't find these. I shoved them in my bag. So I sat down on the plate. I'm like, all right, I got to get my life in order. I got to stop losing things. Got to be better prepared. But no, that feeling of just like utter dread of losing your phone, because it has become such like a important part of everybody's life. Like it has everything I need in it.
I don't take 2 steps without checking that I
need
have
to
my
get better
phone.
at that. Aren't there these little like tag things that you can put somewhere and it'll, okay, I'm going to get one for this and put it in between all that so that I will at least always know where this is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought you reacted how I thought you would, like kind of disappointed, but oh well, that's John. I go to drop back off the key and his hotel room and his wife's in there and he goes, didn't you also lose your wedding ring when we were up here last time?
Yep.
I'm like, no, I didn't. Austin's like, yes, you did. I don't remember losing that though.
Richard's here.
All right, awesome. All right, so Richard won an apron.
Apron. Yep.
Okay, let's draw some seasoning. And whoever wins this jerky and seasoning, this will be the first of John Giffen's batch. So John's a new employee for us. I taught him how to make the tender jerky and basically said, go make 100 pounds of it because we have a bunch of events coming up that we're going to need it for. So
Cool.
Kenneth Stafford. Kenneth, let us know you're here. And I second going with the tile. That's what I'm thinking it is, tile. Cool. He's got CRS. I don't even know what that means.
I don't either.
Cognitive.
Catholic Relief Services?
Nope,
No,
don't
that's
think
not
so.
it.
He does need some of that.
Sorry, in the
He's-
age of the internet, you're going to be a little bit more specific with your acronyms.
CRS. But I am getting old. That's accurate.
CRS old.
There's 2 Johns now. There's 2 everybody's now.
Yes.
It is a requirement for you to be hired here that we already have somebody by your name.
We have been hiring a lot of people with the same name.
Oh, it's can't remember blank.
The most recent person that
Stephanie?
we hired. Okay. We've actually hired like at least 2, maybe 3 people that haven't even started yet.
Oh, really?
Um,
None of them are my replacement, right?
All of them are name duplicates.
Okay.
There's a Josh. We already have a Josh. There's a Nick. We already have a Nick. There's a Stephanie that just started. We
Yep.
already have a Stephanie. There's a Colton. We already have a Colton.
Oh, my God.
Who
This
else
is
recent?
going to get a problem. They changed
John,
my
when-
email address. My email address got changed, not the new Jonathan. They had
Yep.
to change mine.
They tried doing that to me. It broke something. They had to put it back.
Yeah, he's
so.
still Patrick Barnes.
Hey,
Oh, sorry. But he's the
Barnez, please, with a Z.
Good job there, John.
Oh, whatever. I think everyone now knows everywhere.
Oh,
Well, it's
bad.
not hard to figure out. Like we just spill the secret. When we try to use everybody's like first name, well, I mean that worked for years.
Right.
The problem is we've had so many people over the past like 3 or 4 with just the same name. We can't do
Can't
that
do the
anymore.
same,
Like
yeah.
we have 3 Kurts here.
Yep.
It's insane. Like there's so many names out there, but we somehow hire the people with the same name. Dylan and I were joking. Dylan and I are usually the ones that are putting out a job application of some sort, and we're talking about what we do for it and this and that. And we were joking. We're like, oh, we're just going to change it to a 1 question.
What is your name?
Posting. What is your name?
Yes,
and if
you're
you
hired.
Fit the criteria based off of the name, you'll be hired.
All right, Kenneth is here. Awesome. I probably should write this down now so I don't make John watch the whole thing tomorrow again. There's been, especially when we used to drink on the live streams, there were so many times where I had to watch it at 1.5 speed and hit forward. Because no memory. Sometimes I'd write them down and I'd just write down people's names, not what they won. That's terrible. Temp. Okay. All right, draw
Almost broke the chat
draw another winner.
with how many people were commenting what CRS meant.
It almost broke the chat. What do you
I'm
mean?
in here going, hide, hide,
Oh.
hide, 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 hide.
All right, he won the knife. Milo won the grinder. Richard won the apron. Those aprons really are really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were like, I wore them for all 4 of the videos, I think.
Yeah.
We both did. And they do a great job. They're really cheap if you watch any of these live streams because you've probably won at least one from Austin. And jerky. Okay. Did you draw another winner?
No.
I told you to.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Well, I don't pay attention. Do you? Have you not figured that out
That's
yet?
the problem here. So a couple other things that we've got coming up. I had one of our new hires for the web stuff. She is on her honeymoon, so she'll be gone for a little bit here. But when she comes back, I've already had her work out how to do my not FAQ troubleshooting document. So after talking about it for about 3 years, that is basically ready to go.
Sweet.
Just a couple more touch-ups when it comes back. So what it is I took some of the most common meat processing problems. I listed some different options for them, then like what probably caused it and what you can do to either fix it now or fix it next time. So that'll live on Meatgistics. If it is well received, which I hope it is, I'll probably put a top link to it. So like where it says live stream, all that stuff, I'll probably put something up there just so you can get to it pretty easily. We've also shot 4 of the marinades, Patrick. How many have we shot?
Yeah, maybe even 5.
No,
5 or 6.
we've shot.
maybe. Yeah.
We're going through. We picked some of our favorite, and even some of the ones that aren't necessarily a favorite, but don't get as much love as they should, of our Excalibur dry marinades, and we shot some videos on that. Talked about what they'd be good on. We used them on something that is like not necessarily what you would think of when you talk about that marinade. So we're going to do that. When that comes out, we're going to release them all at once. I'm going to run a coupon at that point, which is any order over $50 that you use this coupon with, you'll get a free one of those seasonings. So you can get to select and try one of the marinades for the first time because those marinades really are awesome. From just like a general home cooking standpoint, well, no, that's not true. I use shakers more than that, but the second most common thing I use are those marinades. I mean, they do a great job. They're so good on so many things. And eventually we are going to finish our Walton's road trip thing where we go across, we stay here, but we make sausage from like around the country, try and talk about a little bit of history of that seasoning, of why it is the way it is, then make it. So, did you draw?
Yeah. What did I draw for?
Just jerky.
Oh, okay. This one's a familiar name. John Geringer from Seattle, Washington.
Cool.
See, what would his email be?
Do you want us to say we can see it?
No, I'm saying
I
what
know.
if he worked here? Because John, yours is gone, and then we already have a John G. So it's just like, you tell me.
Yeah, that is hard.
That's got to be the deal breaker, right, Austin? You wouldn't hire someone with a third name, right?
No, we have people. We have
No.
we have 3 Kurts. We have 3 Joshes. Well, we will have 3 Joshes.
Oh.
So I don't know. Maybe it
That's-
stops at 4.
I'm generic, okay, like that's generic enough, like a Josh or a Tyler or a Greg or something like that. But no,
Alan says, I've seen some of your commercials on TV. Alan, that's very valuable for us to know. What can you tell us where? Like what show you were watching or anything? Ted, you just missed the apron. Austin drew it about 15 minutes ago or so. Honey barbecue. Nick Hall is responding to somebody. Anthony.
Use middle names. That's a whole other.
Sharon Beauvais is asking any discount code. Sharon, I'm pretty sure I emailed you. I got a message that we hadn't sent something. Hopefully that's either with you or with you shortly. I think I responded on Friday. Kurt Sack says Kurt's are the best. That seems like you're a little biased there.
Claude Tremblay's.
That is the best name. Tim Williams says, finally done with work and joining in. We talked about this a little bit with Travis, or I talked about this a little bit with Travis. It makes a huge difference, like liking your job. I tell people all the time, it is worth a lot. It really is. It makes a total difference in your day, your outlook on life, on everything when you like what you do. Yes, money is great. It can make things a lot better for you. And yes, I'm not unique, but I'm in a really nice position to be able to say that because my wife makes a lot more money than I do. But, yeah, I don't know. Put a number after it. Call them like Kurt 1, Kurt 2, Kurt 3. That I like.
You're going to tell the
because
head
I would be John 1, and everyone else could be 2, 3. Let's do that.
You're going to be the head of IT and tell him what to do with the ends. Sorry, Austin. You have to put up with this.
The way we do it with Kurt's is one is Kurt with a K, one's Kurt with a C, and the other one's full name is Curtis. So then there's Curtis.
Yeah, that makes it easy. Dustin, when is your steak Special Olympic event? It is on August 14th, so just under 2 weeks away. You'll start seeing a lot of things on social media from us.
Somebody's asking about natural spice extractives. That one, I actually know the answer to that.
Go.
Yeah. So I actually know this just from talking with Excalibur, and I think we actually have it in one of the old school Excalibur videos that me and John from not you, the John from Excalibur videos we did, but natural spice extractives are basically like the oil to the spice. It's where like the flavor and the aroma and that stuff is really kind of centered and concentrated. So if something says natural spice extractives, it's not like it's something made up or something fake or something that's an imitation. It is still legitimate spice. It's just a more concentrated version of it.
So is it they start with an oil, pour spice in it, and let that like settle?
No, I think they're taking the oil out of the spice.
I mean, aren't there some things that there is no oil in?
Oh, there's
If
oil.
you squeeze anything hard enough, some oil will come out?
Yeah, there's got to be something to it.
Oh, I don't know enough to dispute that, but I want to dispute that.
I don't think you'd be so. I don't think you're.
You don't think I'm right?
I mean, it's not necessarily just oil. It's extractives. Maybe it's oil,
Okay,
something
okay.
else.
Gotcha.
It's
My mind just went to oil.
It's from the spice itself, just a piece of it, but it's where like the flavor and the aroma and stuff is concentrated.
Okay. I'm going to get some cinnamon and squeeze that as hard as I can and see what comes out, because I'm pretty sure it'd be nothing.
What does cinnamon like originate as?
It's a bark.
It's a bark. Well, at some point it had to have moisture then. By the time you get cinnamon sticks, I mean, it's just so dried that there's nothing to it. But if it was a living thing,
Cinnamon is a spice obtained from the inner bark of several trees, from the genus Cinnamomum. Did not say that correct at all. Not your Cinnamomum. I give up.
Cinnamon.
I tried twice. Okay.
There's something interesting going on in chat. There's a couple people that have mentioned they would like to see the chat populate at the top, and we have the option to do that.
We do have the option to do that. Why didn't we do that? Let's do that.
I don't think it would take a hold now.
Oh, I thought we can do it. I think it's an option, right?
If everyone would want to refresh,
Hold
we
on.
could try it out.
No. Oh God, where is that option, Patrick? Do you remember?
We were messing with.
It's in Restream.
Yeah, I couldn't even.
I'll try that.
Telepathically, I told him.
Yes.
Restream.
In the meantime, somebody was asking about a discount code.
Oh, We no longer give out discount codes
because we don't need to. It's you have to buy from us.
John has gotten too expensive for us, and so all your guys' discounts are going towards keeping him employed.
So this is interesting. Patrick, what's the most recent chat you see?
HB Outdoors.
Okay, cool. So it is seeing the same.
Yeah, I noticed that. It actually is seeing the same today, so
Yeah.
that's good.
So Matt's asking if there's a Meatgistics app. There is. We kind of had it created and then paused on it. We had just the one for Android. We were planning on making one for Apple too, but we've stopped doing really anything with it. I still connect through it when I'm on my phone because it's simpler. But we are going to come out with an updated app, and it will be available for Android and for Apple at the same time. We're going to use that to be able to reach out directly to you guys. We'll do some like random flash sales, some coupon codes that are only available through that. The problem we were running into is I'd send out a coupon code and it would just disappear on everyone's phone. It would show up and then go away and they could never get back to it. So clearly some stuff we still got to figure it out.
Is it in the App Store now, or is it?
Yeah, you can still get it.
So if you were to download that, would you be prompted for an update once we update those, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, well, there you go. Go ahead and download it now, and then you'll be updated along the way, guys. Meatgistics. I think you just search for that in Google Play Store, or I think that's the only place you would be able to get it.
So Jeremy Ridley says, that Extractives answer helps me shop. Thanks. My wife has sensitivities to some yeast extracts, MSG, etc., but the way you described it should be fine for her. Well done.
Okay, so I have a coupon code. I have not tested this, so I'm going to hand it out, and then I'll go test it.
No. Go opposite way. Opposite way.
No, it's more fun to do it this way. The coupon code will be for 10% off and free shipping. I'm using a promotion that was already set up.
Oh, yeah, you should be fine.
So we should be good. Coupon code is live0802. That'll get you 10% off and free shipping until 5 p.m. on Friday. It's 5 p.m. Central Time on the dot.
We read that. HB Outdoors says, where do you sell your products? So we have location here in Wichita, Kansas that you're able to walk into and get pretty much anything. Right? If there's something in the back, just place an order and they walk around.
Yeah, it's a little complicated, but it all gets taken care of.
But pretty much anything. And then waltonsinc.com or waltons.com. That's either one of those has everything. 99%. Some special order stuff we don't put on there, but
there's a lot of special order stuff. We have like 16,000 items in our system, and only about 3,000 of them, 3,500 are online. But yet we actually have like 4,500 to like 5,000 in
Are you
stock.
telling me we're missing 1,000 items on the website?
From what we have in stock? Yeah. But they're things that they don't need to be online. They could be.
Name one off the top of your head.
Some weird, strange. Yeah.
So it's the parts.
Biro saw part.
That's
or
funny because
Butcher Boy saw.
parts is probably the thing that we have the most of by like category online.
Yeah. I mean, there's just a lot of things. Some of it is just things that we can't put online because it's a custom blend seasoning.
Right.
It's someone's.
That makes total sense. It would be
Yeah.
theft of us to do that. Okay. Drawing a winner for more jerky.
Hold on. It's Jay Smith's birthday today, and he wants a shout out. So what's up, Jay Smith?
Shout out to Jay Smith. Happy birthday. Hope you have a good one.
I've said that in famous people stuff. Not famous, but like you comment something. Oh, hey, say this, say this, say this. So anytime anyone ever wants us to say anything, no promises of that we're going to say it exact. But if like birthdays and stuff like that, feel free. We might shout it out.
All right.
I'm going to keep an eye out for next live stream and make sure Jay Smith doesn't come back and say, hey, it's my birthday.
Birthday again.
Hey, it's your birthday. It's not like you got anything free.
And how the jerky and seasoning works is we will email you probably tomorrow. We'll get your address and your seasoning of choice. Generally, it's a sausage, jerky, summer sausage, like one of those prepackaged seasonings. But if you're someone that doesn't do a lot of jerky, sausage, anything like that, you can pick out a couple Excalibur seasonings, the little shakers or the regular size shakers, and we'll swap that out for you. So yeah, Bob, that's what it is. It's like a troubleshooting flow chart. So look for that in the next month or so. I've only been saying that for 36 months.
What's in the box behind you, John?
And John Geringer, we did see that you're here. Sometimes if we don't respond on something like that,
It's good to say, "I'm here."
As long as we don't call out like, "Hey, we haven't seen so and so."
But no, it's good to say I'm here. This is the capuche. This is a knife block for. It's part of last month's giveaway.
Yeah, I got a link for it. You guys could click on that and check it all out, all the specs and pictures and stuff.
Patrick's on top of his game today.
Wired in, man.
He's shooting for this seat up here.
I'm gonna expect this every time.
I was off all last week, so it's
Oh, that's fair. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna try flipping the chat, but I might not be able to.
yeah, it's almost
Boy, watching the chat in Restream is actually a lot easier.
Oh, cool.
Oh, it comes through in Restream.
Yeah.
Can we get that hooked up with Rumble then? Because Rumble has chat now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, then yeah.
Yeah, we can make that happen. We tried doing the Restream chat like this instead of the YouTube chat, and it was so ugly that like it's just not appealing.
I wonder if you can reformat it with some
tried.
CSS.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
If
We
you
can
want to
do-
do that,
If that
you
can
wanna do
be
your
done,
magic stuff?
I can do that. And
Because
that's,
it was
that's
like
not hard.
we could only make it like blue, and the fonts were just not appealing to us, I think. But are we going to try doing the test where you flip it, or?
I'm looking for the setting now.
Cool.
Good. Steve Winscott is on point saying Candace and Hope are not here, and he's correct.
Must be. I wonder what's different about today.
So I've seen a couple comments now about our Meatgistics meetup time frame. The last conversation John and I had about that was us probably not doing one this fall. I think my first thought is everybody's going to be too.
This is news to me.
Oh, okay.
I remember.
Scare me for a second. Everybody's probably going to be too busy through fall with hunting season, everything going on. We're going to be busy. I think the best time of the year to do it's going to be late winter, early spring. So we probably, we could just pick a date and just say this is when we're going to do it. But I don't know, John, do you think we get some feedback from people, or do we just pick a date and say this is when we're doing it?
If we want to try to do something this fall, which I know people would want, but I personally think is probably a mistake because it's going to limit the number of people who can or are willing to come. But maybe what we do is pick a date that would make some sense, like the best sense we can sometime in September or October or something. Put it out on Meatgistics, see how many people legitimately, like 100% would come. And if we're okay with that number, then we do it. If not, push it off to spring. I don't know. If we put something out there and 50 people say, yeah, I'm 100% in, I mean, what do we have to get set up? We have to buy some meat to do some cooking classes. It'd be nice to have some people come in and talk, but that's not.
I mean, for the first one, we could definitely be a little more informal on it. So it could be done. We can't do September, though. I'm gone for most of September.
Okay.
It'd have to be October.
Why does you being here have any impact on whether or not?
I do believe I started Meatgistics,
Yes,
so I need to be
yes.
there for the
Yes,
first Meatgistics meetup. And someone asked,
And sorry, guys, I can't flip the chat, but we will have that done next time.
Someone asked if this is a Walton's polo, and it is. But more importantly than that, it is a Meatgistics polo.
Ooh, yeah, this is sweet.
I don't know.
We can't zoom on this camera. So.
I don't
Well,
know.
if people can kind of see, there's the Meatgistics patch on the sleeve, so I was excited about that. when I
It's
got
awesome.
that.
I sent an email asking for a few of those. I don't know. I haven't checked my email yet. I have no idea what it's about, but Todd Seymour wins by saying, Ort gets the hose again. And just anytime. I was talking to a buddy, you know, the Goodbye Horses song from.
Wait, is this part of the 70 or the 30%? Because that movie. Is
Well, hey,
that's what I'm asking.
Kind of,
It's
yeah.
either in between.
But we were talking about that song, Goodbye Horses. Do you know it? From Silence of the Lambs. Goodbye Horses. You know it? So what if you were like that artist, his name is Q Lazarus, and you poured your heart and soul into this amazing song, and it really is a good song. And all anybody knows it from is Silence of the Lambs.
That would suck.
Anyways, sorry.
So people are saying we should give away these polos. We could.
Yeah, starting with me. Yeah.
We just have to order a bunch in different sizes and then like say, hey, we've got X number of this size. I don't know how we
Yeah.
would do that. It'd be really hard.
Do we sell a polo currently?
No.
No. I mean, we could.
Expensive.
Golf style, yeah.
They're gonna be $40.
Oh, if we, yeah.
You wouldn't give them that. You'd make it a more generic polo.
No, we could do this one. I mean, we could do a more generic. They're Sport Tech. They're very similar to this.
Yeah. Mhm.
I like this just because it fits me like
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah, yeah.
But I have a couple Sport Tech ones that are probably half the price.
So we'll
of
give
this
away
one.
Austin's old clothes.
That yeah. That honestly, they're still really nice shirts. They're just a little different fit to it. I don't know, but it's still nice. I still wear them.
So we should ask, would there be interest in polos?
And there's a Sport Tech one that's a really, really sweet orange color.
Well, I just knowing what we know of like our target
James
demo,
Hoover-
so to speak, and I know a lot of people who do more outdoorsy stuff might like golfing and stuff like that. So I could see a definite like not necessarily need, but a want for one.
I mean, we could also ask Michael at Victory too. Like,
Yeah, he's way better at figuring that stuff out. than we
would
are.
if we had like options listed on our website, could we do it as like almost a drop ship type of deal, where we show people a picture with a mock-up of the Waltons and meat sticks on there, a price, and then when they buy it, we send it to him, and it's a one-off each time. It's going to cost
Yeah,
us
it's gonna
more,
cost more, yeah.
but that's fine. I don't care, because at the end of the day, I mean, it's we're not trying to make money on clothing. We're doing it just because it looks cool and it's kind of an advertising thing.
Yeah, obviously I'm good with that. Anything that gets more of that stuff out there.
Because we could put a lot of clothes online if we did it that way.
Yeah. I mean, I'm open to it. Real quick, Don Hinkle says, in Silence of the Lambs line of thinking, let's get another leather apron. I mean, that is actually a fairly good point.
You mean for right now, the giveaway?
Yes. James Hoover has not responded from what I can tell. If anyone,
James Hoover's who we're looking for?
yeah, if anyone sees it. Okay, so deer season are just kicking in if you get anything past the 15th. September through November are no-go. I saw Andy Mike. I agree with Austin. Jeremy Ridley, that's interesting. I'm getting excited about the thoughts of the possibility of a Walton's brand stuffer prototype giveaway in the distant future. Any upgrades on the stuffer situation? So that's actually a really good point, a really good thought. Yes, there's an update on the electric stuffer. I'm fairly sure we haven't gotten our hands on it yet, but I've had them send me a bunch of videos. We had them do things where we made it very clear, like, okay, we're giving you this money, and then that means you can never use that in any other products. Like, this will be us exclusive. And they're just like, yeah, totally, sure. So I think we're going to have a really good electric stuffer, or at least as good as electric stuffer can be. Here, probably won't be till 2022, but really good forward movement on that. And then for prototypes, I've thought about that a time or two. Like, in 20 years, if Walton's continues to grow, like, should we be keeping these prototype things? Like, I always give them away.
No.
Right. Okay. So then I've got 2 stuffers that I could give away. Like, one of them has had a Sawzall taken to it many times, but
Oh, if it's like,
well, it's not that bad.
if it's not in like,
Oh, they are not in prime condition.
it needs to be like at least in like a refurbished new type of stage. I mean, it could be something that, yeah, it was used, it's noticeable, but no, we can't give that away. That's a hazard. We will get sued by someone for that.
But then this one's not too bad.
I don't see any sharp edges from a Sawzall, so that's good. That looks fine.
Okay.
Oh, is that the electric?
This was the demo that we rejected.
Ah,
Rejected demo.
yeah.
Didn't get enough. So I wouldn't include the motor
Yeah.
because it's not good enough. Yeah, we could give that away.
Wouldn't include the motor.
It's a big one too. I think they said it would hold 25 pounds.
And can it do snack sticks?
No. Can do snack sticks for.
no. Our new
Oh,
our new one.
yes.
That's the goal. Yeah,
That's the main thing we've been working on.
We're not going to bring something in that it may not. I mean, it's not going to be as. You can't expect it to be as good as a hydraulic stuff or a vacuum stuff or something that is tens and tens of thousands of dollars, but it has to be something that will work.
Yes.
And so.
Yep. So that's what the last year or whatever working with them has been, trying to get them to the point where it'll run on that. Because we know it can be done. It's just a matter of how much are we willing to pay them to keep making changes to. So.
I don't remember where the comment was. I saw one more somewhere I wanted to make sure I responded to, but now I don't see it. Oh, kids tees. I will check that out. Kids tees should, or maybe they're just toddler. Do we just have toddler t-shirts?
Just toddler.
We'll have to look at kids t-shirts. I did do a thing and haven't announced it anywhere. I'll at least tell you guys, and then I'll try to see if I can remember to put a post out on Meatgistics tonight. I bought toddler and kid and youth hats.
And they're awesome. Once one of these hats goes out of stock, that's what's getting, as long as it's not the blue, the orange, that's what they're getting replaced with.
They're really cool, really nice. I think they're probably nicer than any of the hats that we have so far. They're toddler/youth or youth/child. So there's two sizes. So it should fit anywhere from like a 1-year-old up to a 10-year-old, 12-year-old maybe. Depends on how big your kid's head is. The youth one is a fairly decent size though. So, but they're really nice hats. My plan is to basically give away the first batch, kind of like what we did with the toddler t-shirts.
Okay.
So I'll put a post out on Meatgistics, and it'll be just kind of first come, first serve. And then when people speak up for them faster than I imagined, we'll reorder, and then we'll see what we can do from there.
Okay.
We're having questions about the Oktoberfest brat seasoning left and right. Any updates on it?
Yeah, should be here in a couple of days.
Ooh, there you go, guys.
The last I saw, I think it was August 4th.
Now, is that for us, and then we put it on the site, and then they're
Yes.
able to buy it? Okay.
Yep.
So a little bit longer for you guys. We actually
Why
get
is
to
that
try
not
it.
orange?
Yeah, it's okay. Keep going. I think it's because you're zoomed in too far.
Fitted
there you
caps.
go.
We have a couple of flex fitted caps. That camo one dead center behind the guys up there. I like that one. But yeah, we don't have a true fitted like a 7 1/8 or 5/8 or anything like that. We just have the flex fitted large and extra large, I believe.
The one that's the toddlers, when that comes in, that will be the same. That'll be a fitted hat with some flex fit.
Nice. Yeah, it's true. It's hard to get a true fitted. You wouldn't want one either. It's just you'd have a trial and error with if it's polyester and wool and stuff like that. So.
What am I doing? Oh, yeah, I'm looking up Oktoberfest. Is it October with a K?
Yeah. You know what's funny? It's now that my travels last week, I hit so many gas stations. It's like now it's fun to compare hats, like ones that we potentially want to order. And it's like now that you see the different components that make up a hat, you're like, oh, fill this mesh in the back. Oh, what about this? And it's just you just pick it apart like you would not
It's
believe.
ridiculous how much more I pay attention to that stuff now.
Yes.
You know that whatever hat that Kurt was telling us about from BHA? I found one that somebody had given her. I keep forgetting to bring it in, but I'm like, yep, this would definitely work. It has like the mid profile, loose structure. But yeah, I bought a Boston Red Sox hat. That's what I used to do. Now it's like,
Now
I like the Russell K1W.
Have you seen the female hats that kind of have the thing in the back? So
Yeah,
they
the
have ponytails.
Ponytail thing.
Yeah, I think that's huge for them. Like summertime, want to be out in the water and stuff. I think they want the ponytail out. So
Yeah.
Why can't?
yeah.
there it is.
Do we carry traditional hot Italian sausage seasoning?
So we have a Italian and we have a hot Italian breakfast, I think.
No, we have a.
Do we have,
We have a regular
We've
hot
had
Italian.
Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about a winter camo? Oh, don't get us started on different camos. We have to let a few of these go
Yeah,
for
yeah.
months at a time, and then when we reorder,
Yeah. If it was up to me, we'd have 70 different
oh my
hats,
God.
and I'd wear a different
We'd
one.
be
every-
a hat company, I think. I still want to get a hat where it's all just raw meat, just a picture, you know. So John can wear. He's a meathead. Anyways,
Meathead.
yeah.
All right. Update on the Oktoberfest. They were supposed to arrive today, so they should be here in the next couple of days. Those will get up on the website right away. So, because we're gonna absolutely make some of those. We've got a couple other cool things that people have sent us to demo to see if we like how they work enough to carry. I'm not terribly hopeful on some of them, but it's interesting, and we'll keep you guys updated. I don't want to say too much about it now, but if it works better than we expected, something I'd be interested in carrying at least. I just don't think it's going to work. So I'm not going into this closed-minded at all. Where did we end up? Did you end up drawing another leather apron, or are you done?
No, I didn't draw one.
Okay.
I kind of want to be done because I got to go to the bathroom.
Go ahead.
And then I
Go ahead.
I'm ready to head out if possible.
Nope, you're good, man. Go. I will hang with them for just a little bit.
Okay.
Totally not to draw an apron behind your back. At all?
You can do that. That's
At
fine.
all. But we will also, next live stream, we'll give this away too. I would give it away now, but I have a couple things I have to do with it. Just maintenance type stuff that I don't want to send out without doing. So that is like a 20. You're good.
Okay. See
You may
guys.
leave. Yes. That's like a 25-ish pounder. It is 2-speed. It's got a different hookup than all the Walton's things. It also, I don't like the opening for the beginning of where the meat comes out as much. The part that's inside the canister. It's one of the things we had them change. But it does have, it's got feet underneath it, so the canister can stand on its own, which is actually pretty good. And it's a nice, big, strong base. So yeah, the next live stream, we will give that away. I don't know if that means the next Meatgistics live stream or the next Walton's live, something. But let's draw a winner. I forget the person's name who brought it up, but since we were talking about Silence of the Lambs. And the winner is
What was your question about? I mean,
Sean Malarvey.
Sean Malarvey.
What was my question about what?
Number 2, Sean. About Silence of the Lambs, about the guy that wrote the song. I get your question because like he has this he doesn't know it's going to be used for that type of movie, but at the same time, they paid him handsomely, I'm sure, for the
sure.
song, and then
I'm sure.
oh, man, if he wasn't smart enough to get royalties on the back end or whoever was taking care of his money back then, gosh, because that movie alone, Best Picture 91.
Matt Westerhouse says that sounds like a fake name. So we'll stay here for a while, wait for Sean, and then as soon as Sean or anybody, when we give this away, I'll do 2 quick rapid fire seasonings with jerky, and then we'll get moving. Patrick, has there been any questions, any chats that I've...
Maybe up here a little a guillotine slicer. We got the hot Italian, talking about that. That's really good. Nick Hall saying Austin asked a potty.
So he just asked, or somebody asked what the discount code was, and it was live
0802.
80802?
Yeah.
Okay, live 0802.
That's what John Belvedere said.
Okay.
Oh, a couple different. Bob said that too. So nice. Use the buddy system there.
Still looking for... Hey, Joe Hell. So Joe's talking to somebody else, but he says, I actually used pumpkin pie filling from a can for the sausage. It was great prepared as a pig in a blanket. Drizzle of maple syrup.
Sounds
That
good.
is what an artist would say.
We got someone saying
Pumpkin pie filling with the pumpkin pie brat would be interesting. The pumpkin pie brat was way better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be terrible.
Mellerv replied.
Who?
Mellerv. Malarvey?
Yep, that's the right name.
Okay.
Sean?
It's just that someone said that they replied. I didn't see it, though.
Oh, Mellerv. Yep, yeah, there is.
Sorry.
Here. I
Mellerv
was looking for Sean.
Same
Sorry.
here.
So, all right.
See, if everyone else just didn't say here ever, we could pick up winners a lot quicker. New rule: don't say here unless you want to get banned.
No.
Just kidding.
Yeah, definitely not. We do have a problem, though.
What is that?
I don't think that James Hoover guy ever responded, and I don't remember what he was getting.
Oh, man, it sounds like a John problem. Let's help you out here.
I don't remember what that James Hoover guy was supposed to have won. This.
Is it up for? Was it between? Do we have an option? Was between? Is between the
jerky
or a leather?
I'm pretty sure it was
apron?
just jerky.
Okay. I mean, he would know. Is Hoover still?
I don't
here?
think he ever responded. Looking through. Where are my posts? Did I not post his name? That might be why he didn't respond.
Everyone says jerky. Jerky. and
Okay, so it was
seasoning.
jerky.
Yeah.
All right, but he never responded, so...
Well, then looks like we get the redraw for jerky and seasoning.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the best I could do. Nobody saw him respond, right? Somebody just let me know.
Stephen Winscott said, I said here once and got called out by Austin. He must just mean he won something else.
No, I think he was saying that he did the like, oh, I'm here. And Austin was like,
Oh, okay.
said, don't do that. Okay. All right. So, yep, James Hoover never responded. All right. So I'm drawing 2 winners for jerky. And unfortunately, I'm getting rid of James Hoover.
Nice. Are the purple meat lugs ever going to show
Oh,
up?
God. Give me a second. Let me do this. And I will.
I didn't know we were getting purple ones. Is that a K-State thing?
Yep.
That's too bad. My brother Riley is a big K-State fan.
All right. Winners are. Had that? Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Kathy Lockhart and Walter Everhart. Kathy, I've seen that name before. I don't think I've seen the Walter.
You've never met a Walter?
No, I mean, I've met a Walters. Let me know if you guys are here.
They go $500 gift card, question mark? Yeah. So the stuff that you guys see like on a thumbnail, if you click here, it's like what we're giving away August 1st.
Yep.
This is like we
The
let
monthly.
the entire month go, give you guys 30-ish days depending on the month. You enter. There's multiple different ways to enter. And then we'll pick the one for July. So what did the July winner get?
The knives.
The sweet knife set.
So they got all Victorinox knives, the Nairi knife sharpener, which is a really good sharpener, the capuche, a Walton's hat, and T-shirt.
And we drew that first thing?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I did that right off the rip. So I'm still not seeing anything from either one of them. I am going to make them be here unless this goes on for another 15 minutes because things are getting shut down and I can't.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to look up the purple meat lugs, see if I can
Cool.
figure this out.
Kurt, that's wild. He said his son started at K-State as a true freshman in 2009 as a running back.
Really?
Yeah. Kurt Dold, D-O-L-D.
Yikes.
I mean, is there a name?
I'm not
yeah.
a K-State fan, so.
No. 09 running back. I wouldn't have known.
I know
could
John
tell you-
Riggins played there.
I used to know the older K-State teams because once again, my brother used to play video games with me, so I'd know who like
Okay.
Josh Scobie is and stuff like that.
So we have an expected date, not saying this is for sure, but we have an expected date of August 6th for a bunch of those lugs. So hopefully on the 6th. Okay. Robert Pearson says Gleam hates me.
Oh, no.
I mean, I've looked at it before, tried to figure out if certain actions are more likely, because it doesn't just tell you who won, but it also tells you like what they did, like
Oh, yeah.
to what the winning entry was.
Sure.
And there's nothing. It's
Just
just
random.
It's just totally random.
Yeah, I wish.
Kurt, he's right. He didn't play for K-State. He played for KU.
Look at you.
5 minutes, no more John.
Yeah. Do we?
Like, am I?
That's making me nervous.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Am I going to start hearing a ticking somewhere around here?
Oh wow, that's too bad. Someone has meat lug lids but no lugs.
Oh no.
Well, now's the time. We have those on sale actually. Our 40.
Well, we've got so those are the Waltons. They're a little bit smaller. They're not quite as.
The poly ones, right?
Yeah. So I can show you one that's.
Yeah, they're nice and gray, kind of simple. How many pounds do they hold? They say 40 on it?
Yeah,
it's
it's a 40 pounder. So this it's not actually cut out. This is something Patrick and I were working on to
help you guys see what's in the
better
middle.
what I'm doing inside that. But yeah, they're this size. So these are, I want to say $40.
I think they're $2 off, and then the lids are $1 off.
And then we have another one, a different meat lug that's also coming in that will be a little bit slightly heavier duty.
Yeah.
I think it's 40 and 50 pounds. So this is almost more like the poly pan.
Yeah, they're like thinner. Definitely the depth isn't there, but yeah, those big meat lugs, you're going to want some of those for sure. Oh, he said his son had the rushing record until Deuce Vaughn broke it last year at Penn State. Now, is that the overall record or like a freshman record?
No, that's not what I was responding to. Jeremy Ridley, Gleam doesn't like you to be on a VPN.
Okay.
Interesting.
So you can't do it remotely?
So you can't lie about where you are.
Okay. But I still feel, I mean, I can see how that can run into problems, but I wonder what action he's using to then like is he logging on Facebook or is he emailing, or I guess it wouldn't matter then, right? It would just go, oh, well, troubleshooting, man.
All right. So no.
True freshman record. Nice. That's awesome, dude.
No Kathy or Walter, right?
I think chat would let us know at this point.
All right, so I'm going to redraw these one time. So we'll redraw both of those.
Oh, he was saying, Todd said that's the time limit to respond to giveaway, 5 minutes.
Oh, yes, that's accurate. No, that's accurate. We don't always.
It is accurate, but
we don't always stick with it. Sometimes we allow a little bit more. Try never to go shorter
gotta
because
go with the flow, yeah.
Like one of the first big giveaway live streams we did, we had a nightmare scenario at the very end.
No one was here to claim it, yeah.
But do you remember? Like I said, all right, nope, we're redrawing. I drew somebody. They immediately said here, and somebody pointed out that the other person had already said they were here.
Oh yeah, and
I just missed it.
Yeah,
that's when we used to get a little.
Oh yeah, and then we used to do a who can comment first, but whatever users would see was different on what streaming service they were on.
Yep.
So we were just like, oh, here's the winner, and they go, everyone's like, no, it's not. They're like, well, yeah, it is.
We see different things.
Yeah, it takes. You almost got to do about 100 of these and figure it out. So we're almost probably halfway there.
All right, so they are Brian Lackey. What happened here? Why do I have 3 winners?
Well, it sounds like the top one it is.
No.
You have to forfeit their win and then pick again?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just going to let 3 people win, I guess.
We got to get a drum roll thing up here. I think I'm going to browse stream elements this week and next week and try to just annoy you guys with loud sound effects and then figure that out.
That'll work for me. We got Brian Lackey, Brad Remfrey, and because I'm impatient and hit the button twice, apparently, Sherry Wilkins. So the 3 of you have won jerky. Although I might sit here for a while and eliminate one of you if nobody responds. But I probably won't. Because I'm also...
God, you remember watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Just like primetime cable, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Where did that come from?
I made
the noise.
Sound.
Gotcha.
God, what happened to this country? We used to watch Game Show Network, you know?
I would say we've made an improvement from that. Not a big game show guy. Okay.
Because...
Don't.
Did you have a favorite one growing up, though?
Game show?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm never going to remember the name of it, though.
Tell me the premise, and I'll think of the name.
No
of it.
whammies.
Oh, yeah. Press your luck.
Press your luck.
Dude, I was born... I'm 30. Where are you... Where are you at? I can't sound cool anymore. I'm just like, I'm way younger than you.
All right, Brian Lackey is here. Good. So, Brian, we'll get in touch with you. We'll send out email. We'll get what seasoning you want, whether you want if you don't do a lot of sausage, we can do some shakers from Excalibur instead. Then next time we will have the prototype of, I mean, is it still a prototype if it fails? We'll have this.
Oh, Brian says he's been watching for months and he haven't won until now. So
Awesome. Well, that is good time. Where are you watching that you're getting these quicker than I am?
what do you mean? I'm on /live.
So am I.
It just must be I'm hardwired into the
It's annoying.
to the internet. I'm going to say mainframe. I'm hardwired into the mainframe.
I should be first. James Potter was qualified for Who
Oh,
Wants to Be a
that's
Millionaire. Was
cool,
never picked.
dude.
That is cool.
It was really cool. The Fast Finger Showdown.
All right. Thanks, guys. We will see you on Thursday for anyone who's more interested in meat processing stuff. We've got a couple of things to talk about that I think should be interesting. And then for the next big live stream like this, that would be probably looking at September 2nd, as the 1st doesn't seem like a great date for a lot of people. All right. Thanks, guys.
See
Say
ya.
goodbye, Patrick.
Goodbye, Patrick.